Hello there and welcome back. If you joined us late today, we are talking with Debbie Webster from Whispering Pine Stables, and the ministry that they have out there is tremendous. Now, she has brought a video to share with you, and we're going to go with that right now. So maybe you could explain.
I think they got the sound on there for a little bit. So that's my daughter in the blue. That's Maggie, my youngest, and she's a senior in high school. And that's little Tegan up there. He has cerebral palsy, so he has troubles walking and using his hands, and we're trying to work on some balance with him, and they're trying to help him do that. And all the children that are helping are volunteers. So we have volunteers, and I'll tell you, not only are we helping little Tegan with his physical disabilities, we are really reaching the hearts of those children that are helping.
Now, how old is that little boy?
He's 4.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now Maggie, she's a senior this year. She wants to go to college next year. You hear that little fella? She wants to be a mechanical engineer, and she wants to devise equipment to help special needs children.
Now, you have a variety of outreaches. I see here you have a teen intervention program, drug abuse, anger management, community service, amazing results you've already accomplished with
Absolutely,
teens.
we have all kinds of outcomes. That
now, how do these teens find you, or how do you find them?
Well, I'll tell you, there's no shortage of kids that need help, and there's several of the mental health agencies in the state, in the lower part of the state, as well as locally, that contact me to be able to bring the kids for the horse therapy.
Teens at Risk, that's the Department of Alcohol and Drug Abuse. We
started programs years ago with them.
That's phenomenal. And then she has the vocational program for kids with autism. Now tell us.
These are high school kids. They have to be juniors and seniors in order to come, and the Greenville County School and Anderson County is now coming out to. We teach the kids how to do the work around the stables, and I've always felt like kids with autism had a gift in that they like to do repetitive things, and horses like repetitive things too. And so to me, I don't see any reason why they can't have a future with horses, because they could do, we start them out with horses that are very mild-mannered and old, that know what to do, and then when the kids see how they're supposed to do it with the older horses, then when they work with horses that are a little more difficult, it becomes easier for them. And they really love the horses, they love being around the animals, and most of the kids don't get to do gym classes, so it's really good for them to get out there and do some physical activity. It helps their mind as well as their body.
Now, does this go on just in the summer or all year?
The vocational training goes in during the school year, because oftentimes I can't get the parents to bring the kids, but the schools will bring them out.
Now, so you have what you call an equestrian ministry.
That's correct. That being that we use horses to share the gospel.
And other animals as well.
Yes.
Tell us about the biblical chickens. What in the world is a biblical chicken?
They got a picture of the chickens. You know, a lot of people think, well, how in the world, what does the Bible even say about chickens, okay? Now there's a picture of some chickens. Now we got some chicks in a basket. Think about an egg, when a chick is in an egg, and if anyone's ever had an incubator or tried to hatch out an egg, and kids do that in school all the time, watching it will just drive you crazy because it takes so long. And oftentimes people want to help the chicks get out of the eggs, because they take that little beak and they start pushing through. Do you know that God's designed them with a little tooth on the end of their beak to break the shell? And the way that a chicken, while it's inside, while the chick is inside the egg, it has to push with its feet, and it has to peck with its beak, and it has to push against the egg until the egg cracks open. And people think, well, I want to help them, and they want to do it for them and break them out. Do you know if you break the chick out of the egg, it'll die? Because the struggle that it goes through to get out of the egg is what prepares it for life. And knowing that and telling kids that tells them that it's okay to struggle, because with these struggles is what gets them ready for life. Yeah.
And so that is the equestrian ministry. She's given me all these different things. And so you have a biblical perspective without trying to influence any one denomination. Rather, you just talk about the love of God and nature. And there are so many kids, they think food comes from a can.
Absolutely.
They don't see things grow. They don't experience some of the creatures that God has put on the earth.
We've done field trips since 1980, showing kids where food comes from, what it is. When we can grow oats in the spring of the year, kids don't know where oats come from. Most people don't know. In fact, when I ask the kids where oats come from, you know what the number one answer is?
No.
An oat tree. I said, no, it's not. You've got to work on spelling on that too. They don't know where it comes from. And when I show them what oats look like on the plant, it just amazes them. And these are, the cool thing about nature, the way God's designed it, what is it, Genesis 1:11, about everything's seed bearing? When you show how grass grows up and it goes to seed, and then if we don't do anything at all, the seed blows in the wind and falls to the ground and it plants itself and it grows up again. That talks about God's provision. It talks about God taking care of us. It talks about how God's made everything to work out so that we can be self-sufficient. And of course, I don't know if anybody even thinks about being self-sufficient anymore, but I think it's a good value to learn, to try to work hard and make things better and fix things.
Our forefathers certainly believed
They believed it.
And people that founded this country.
That's right. And people don't know that anymore. They don't even know how to get out there and work. And I get kids out there with shovels cleaning stalls, and the aromatherapy is very beneficial. And then the labor helps the kids, it helps their minds. So many kids are doing these video games, they wouldn't know how to do anything outside if you showed them. And we give them the opportunity to do that. Not that we want kids to grow up to be laborers, but we want kids to grow up and be diligent and learn how to work hard. And there's nothing simpler or easier learning just how to work around horses and clean up after them and feed them and water them and take care of them. And it's basic life skills, but it's important life skills.
Now, how these volunteers and these programs that we just saw on the screen, some of the things, the outreach that you have, how do people get involved in that? I mean, do they just call you or go on your website?
Yep, on the website.
Can anybody get involved?
Sure. If they're little bitty kids, you know, we can't let them just turn them loose on the farm,
not.
but we have adults that maybe don't work during the day that come out and help us during the day. We have
well, what about teenagers?
Teenagers all the time. In fact, we have
I mean, do they come for a week or an hour, or how do you work that out?
Whatever they can do. Most kids with school being in, they have to come on Saturdays. And so they'll come in Saturday morning, and if they go to the website, it has a whole volunteer page, and they can see all the ways that they can get involved. We're trying to get all kinds of families to help us with the Christmas at the Stables, because you never can have too many shepherds or angels for this kind of thing. And we get so many people coming, we need somebody to help us park cars and help make hot chocolate and just help with the kids getting their outfits on. And you've got all these kids, they get hungry while they're drinking hot chocolate, and the angels look like a chocolate mess, and they have a big time. So just having people around to help us with the Christmas at Stables, that's the biggest thing. We'll be having some opportunities all through the winter. In fact, in the spring, we have a lot of our sheep that are going to have lambs, and we're going to have people come in. And I think what a beautiful thing for a family to be out there when one of the sheep may be having her lamb, and you know, you have a towel, you dry them off and get them close to their mom. And I think kids need to see stuff like that. They need to be out there and see what that's all about. And if they have a love for animals, this is the place they want to be, because there's just too much to be involved with.
You, to me, Debbie, are an amazing woman.
I'm just regular.
The horse lady. and you have a real outreach.
Oh, yeah.
And I wanted people to know it's not just Christmas. It's not just the manger scene, as wonderful as that is. It's an all-year outreach.
Right.
And I know, now you have birthday parties.
Yes.
And I don't talk about money on television. We know the manger scene and all that is free.
Right.
But if people want to have riding lessons or they want to participate in a birthday party, they have to make arrangements ahead of time and call you.
Yeah. They can call or email. We even got a texting number they can use online, so they can just get a hold of us and check the dates. And we're do real good even through the winter months with birthday parties. We have that big indoor ring.
What do you do for a birthday party?
Well, the children's birthday party, that's a pony package. We give them a tour of the stables, show them all the different animals.
So it's like a little package that they can have. And they
it's
bring
2
their
hours
friends.
long. Yep, they can get up
2
to 20
hours?
kids, 2 hours, 1 hour in the party room where they have their party. And then the other hour, we give them a 30-minute tour of the stables and show them all the different animals. Kids get to see them and pet them. And then we do pony rides. And we just lead the kids around on ponies. And they just have the best time.
So that, of course, you would have to, and is there a limit to how many kids you accept at a party, or?
No, but if you have a 3-year-old child and you're doing a birthday party and you ask more than 20 children to come, that's
You're
your
in
problem.
trouble. Yeah.
We're here, we can do our part, and
Yeah.
you have to do your part. But I think most parties generally have 15 kids. Some parties, they're smaller. We even have special needs birthday parties. We had one this past weekend with a little fella that has Down syndrome, and we've had birthday parties with a bunch of kids in wheelchairs, and we just love to serve them.
See, this is what it's all about, is an outreach that's not commercial. Your family, this is like a family thing.
This is a family thing. It's a family
Your daughter
business, and it's a
helps.
family ministry, yeah. I have one that just went to college, and the other one is in her senior year in high school, and the girls, they can do anything. They can do anything around the farm. In fact, we're not doing it currently, but we're doing foster care, and we were able to get 15 kids into families and to be adopted. And just because the farm was so good for them, it was so good for them. It just, we had kids that had all kinds of medication. We'd end up eventually getting them off medication and mainstreamed in regular school, and they're better for just being on the farm. It just really helped them.
Well, I commend you, and I just sit in awe of you and what you're doing, because this world has become so full of materialism. We forget what really matters and what the good Lord gave us. Yeah. And we need to take care of the land and the animals and the children. And that's what you're doing.
That's what we're doing.
And you put on your calendar to take your family to this living manger scene and let your children get involved. And it's December the 7th and 8th and 14th. And you call ahead or click on that website, and the times and all that are there. And it's there, rain or shine. God bless you. I'm going to say to you, a blessed Christmas.
Well, thank you.
Debbie Webster, Whispering Pines Farm. We have to say goodbye. We'll see you next time.